That's right, baby. The beast is up and angry, ready to tear scalp from skull at the upcoming WrestleMania.
I'm a Zelensky stan. I love you, Vladimir Zelensky. You are so smart. What's that smell? Did somebody fart?
He's like the Human Torch. He's just throwing fire and can't stop. I love you. You are so smart. What's that smell? Did somebody fart? God damn. Another fat bar. Man's a Xanax fiend because he can't stop dropping bars.
Take her out back, we boys figured, then hand on the titties. Put it in her coin box, put it in her cornhole, grab a hold of that braid, rub that calico.
Okay, well,
Find that on
slow down. I didn't know we were coming in so hot. God damn. Alright, now you're speaking my language. Mother interrupts Texas school board meeting to rant about anal sex fly height. Dope, sure. Let me make sure this isn't toss. There's two videos. I think this is a radio show and this is the raw video, I think. Okay.
For the boys, pussy or the idea of pussy or
Yeah.
the idea of pussy.
Fuck yeah.
Is a Mexican is a
Oh.
Mexican.
What?
Take her out back, we boys figured, then hand on the titties. Put it in her coin box, put it in her cornhole, grab a hold of that braid, rub that calico.
Okay, well,
Find that on
slow down. I didn't know we were coming in so hot. God damn. Alright, now you're speaking my language.
page 39 of the book called Out of Darkness, which you can find at Hudson Bend Middle School and Bee Cave Middle School.
It's about time. That's
All right,
quality reading.
Not gonna lie, I had to Google cornhole because I have the game in the back of my yard. But according to Wikipedia,
Did you like what you
cornhole
found?
is a sexualist slang vulgarism for anus. The term came into the use in the 1910s in the United States.
Wow, that's
Its verb
old.
form to cornhole.
It's like back during
which
the
came into
Bible.
usage in the 1930s means to have anal sex.
Yeah!
I want my children to learn about anal sex in middle school. I have never had anal sex. I don't want to have
I
anal
don't believe-
sex.
all right, I don't
want my
believe you.
kids having anal sex. I want you
Stop lying.
to start focusing on education and not public health.
Stone, you're on.
Officials, you are supposed to be educating our children.
I think it's about time we start talking about cornhole. Finally, someone brave enough to talk about real issues.
Carabelle, and then
So what was that book again? I might want to check that one out. That sounded kind of cool. What was it? Did anyone catch the name of that? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest or something? Like the hentai? That book sounds fucking awesome. I'd start reading again if books were like that. Can I get that one more time?
Track by. Take her out back, we boys figured, then hand on the titties. Put it in her coin box, put it in her cornhole, grab a hold of that braid, rub that calico. You can find that on page
Feels like she's about to
39
bust out into a
of
freestyle.
the book called Out of Darkness, which you can find at Hudson Bend Middle School and Bee Cave Middle School.
Is that like the Scholastic Book Fair? Out of the Darkness. I might need to pay a visit to that. Let's take a peek. Out of the Darkness book. It's a young adult novel by Ashley Hope Perez. Published in 2015. It has now been pulled. Oh my god, she ruined it for everyone. Out of Darkness pulled for review in Central Texas middle schools. Hey, thanks, lady. What am I gonna fucking jerk off to tonight? Unfucking real. God rest its soul. Hand on the titty, tongue in the cornhole, or whatever she said. I wonder if there's anything else from this book. I'm just kind of reading about it real quick. Give me a second. She ran an unsuccessful campaign for a seat on the LTISD. I don't know what that is. And she was also issued an assault citation after pushing a Nordstrom employee after refusing to put on a mask. Yeah, that checks out. But apparently this seems very common with this area in particular. Central Texas has become a hotspot for book challenges over the last few years. Notably, Leander Independent School District is continuing its battle over a wide list of young adult and adult titles in its middle and high school. The district has removed a number of titles and it has police called about books on the shelf. And had a board member resign after being unable to exert more authority in book removal. Imagine calling 911 because a book talks about hand-on titties and cornhole. The next video is her being cited. This one.
A mask showdown.
It was on April 7th when Cara Bell, a candidate running for the Travis County School Board, took a trip to Nordstrom
Let's
Rack,
go!
located on Brody Lane. According to a
I tell you, you read Out of Darkness
video
one time and you get
defense
obsessed with
that Dallas
butthole.
Police
Gotta
Department
find
store
fucking cornhole
employees
anywhere you
called
can find
police
it.
because Bell refused
Go
to wear a
hunting.
mask upon entry in the store.
Damn.
Police arrived. She was still in the dressing room on the phone.
Probably
with
in there
Nordstrom Rack
masturbating to
corporate
Out of
office.
Darkness.
You need to come on, let's go.
Give her a minute.
Were you calling me?
Bell was then escorted outside.
Bell.
Police said
Ooh, let's
she tried to ask
go.
for her ID.
Ma'am, do you have an ID on you?
Officers then detained her on the ground and put her in handcuffs.
Oh, you
while
can't
she
stop her. You
resisted
can only
and
hope to
yelled out
contain her.
other people in the area.
She's too powerful.
You understand that? I will not have it. I'm sick of being bullied. I'm sick of being lied to, and it's not going to happen anymore. Do you understand?
Yeah,
The
fuck yeah.
CDC just released. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
good Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
No, Facebook group is gonna go insane.
Bell was given an assault citation, which is a Class C misdemeanor,
Hey, Kara.
punishable by a fine of up to $500.
Man, what an interesting story. If I may, let me look a little bit deeper for a couple Out of Darkness excerpts as well. How did she even find this page? It doesn't even seem like this book is about titties. Like the age range for the book is 14 to 17. Like I don't even know how she found this. She just fucking stole the book from her son. Give me that. Oh. What a letdown. She overhyped that book. That's the best marketing this book could have ever gotten. But the book does not seem very good. Alright, we'll move on. I'm very disappointed. Over the past couple weeks, there's been a ton of people doing the best they can to help with the unfortunate situation in Ukraine, and there's been some really great efforts made to lend aid the best that they can. But amongst all of these great and positive things, there's been some real stinkers that have fallen flat and seemed more like just a grab for attention and some internet brownie points than to actually try and help anyone. Like that woman who wrote the slam poem to Putin about how if she was his mom, he wouldn't be doing this, as if she was some kind of benevolent angel with a sacred womb that can only give birth to the next Jesus Christ, and she was gonna save all of us, but just was born too late for it, or whatever the fuck was going on there. Point is, not all of the efforts to help are successful, and some of them just feel super fake, run by people who don't actually give a shit, they don't care, and it's just easy clout farming for them by pretending like they care. I want to again say that the situation in Ukraine is super scary, and my heart goes out to everyone affected by it, and wishing you the best. Now I'd like to introduce you to a man who is doing his part to try and help, using his God-given ability of music to fight back, and god damn it, he may have just single-handedly solved the Russia-Ukraine crisis. I wouldn't be surprised if Russia retreats today after hearing this diss track that this guy dropped in a city council meeting.
I'm the proof when I'm in the booth, spitting on the mic. Anti-vax. Putin hates all of them blacks. Putin is a bad racist. Put him in the ground, white or brown. And I'm in plain old town.
I love how into his own song he gets. Like, look at this power stance that he takes here. Getting him with a dozy-do here. It's like he's fucking at a hootenanny right now, about to go square dance. Like, goddamn, he is really feeling the groove here. Swear to God, dude's got moves like I do when I used to get blackout drunk and try and hit it on the dance floor. I mean, you've seen me bust out the old Mickey Mouse clubhouse dance, baby, hot dog. But even I would struggle, like, under the pressure of a city council spotlight to perform. But this guy, absolute nerves of steel. They say the pin's mightier than the sword, and they might be right. This guy's really coming at him with the heat. He's treating this like 2016 YouTube when everyone's making diss tracks about each other. He's doing battle the only way he knows how. Now, of course, the verses and lyrics themselves are questionable, to say the least. I don't know if he's necessarily the next Slim Shady or anything here, but, you know, he's trying.
And you know you just got found. I'm a pimp on a blimp. Eat lots of steak and shrimp. No, you can't stop my shine. I'm number 99. And you know I grind and shine. And you know I do it all the time. One more time, I'm teaching class. This is your whole path.
Man's out here sounding like Gilbert Gottfried on the mic. Sounded like SpongeBob just took a hit from a helium balloon and then was told to freestyle. He's got like a painful flow. It sounds like he's just possessed and being forced to rap, but it's like actively hurting him. It sounds like he sat on his own balls and then just started like trying to bust out as many rhymes as he could to deal with the agony. Now let's focus on the lyrics for a second. Let's go over these bad boys with a magnifying glass and fine-tooth comb. I'm a pimp on a blimp, eating steak and shrimp. Genius. That is fire. Those are real bars right there. You know, there's so much metaphor and so much depth to it, right? Like, I'm a pimp on a blimp, right? Like, I mean, we could talk about that for hours. Eating steak and shrimp, showing you how casual he is with things. It's like, yeah, I'm busting out some, like, high-quality rhymes, but it's as easy as, like, eating steak and shrimp, obviously, is what he's getting at. So, you know, this is very well constructed. He's also fantastic at crowd work. He's able to get the crowd super hype. This man is the perfect hype conductor here. You know, it's like he's performing at Coachella. He's going wild, and the crowd can't help but feel that electrifying energy.
Zelensky is a VIP. Ukraine and I go insane. Put a bullet in Putin's brain. You know that is the plan. I'm a Zelensky stan. I love you, Vladimir Zelensky. You are so smart. What's the smell? Did somebody fart? No, what can you say? Vaccinate me straight or gay.
This song is like Homer's Odyssey of music. It just goes so many places. It doesn't stop. He's like the Human Torch. He's just throwing fire and can't stop. I love you. You are so smart. What's that smell? Did somebody fart? God damn. Another fat bar. Man's a Xanax fiend because he can't stop dropping bars. Like, good lord. I think it's pretty obvious he's doing this as a joke, but the fact that the city council's just letting the whole song play out, let him go through the entire song, and it seems like it's as long as Freebird at this point. It's like a 9-minute song. It just keeps going and going, is crazy. I mean, it's fucking amazing that they just let him keep going. They must have been really enjoying the free concert as well.
I love you, and I love to rhyme and grind all the time. And you got that sanitizer, and you know I got that Pfizer. You know I stick it in my vein. Put a bullet in Putin's brain. Do it for the Ukraine. Before I go insane, let me antibacterial my body at the party. Sipping Bacardi, you know the flow.
He's running out of breath, but the hype doesn't stop. There's a demon living inside of him, and it's gotta come out. And this is the only exorcism that'll work. A fucking diss track, baby, and he's letting it ride.
And I am a pimp, cause I am on a blimp. Eating lots of steak and shrimp. One more time, I 99. And you know I grind and shine. Gas price is way too high. Vladimir Putin needs to die. Gas price is way too high. Vladimir needs to die. I'm the truth and the boo.
This is what it feels like to chew 5 gum. This man is running out of oxygen in his body. His organs are shutting down. He is literally just being fueled by adrenaline and bars. And god damn it, he's still feeling the fucking flow. He's already shedding off his suit. I'm actually disappointed, and I feel insulted that the members of the city council there weren't also stripping, like all of them like taking their fucking clothes off and like hitting the body waves and shit. Like, I don't know how they weren't dancing to this high quality music here. But man is putting his heart and soul into his craft right now. He's entering the avatar state. And gas prices are absurdly high. Gas prices are way too fucking high.
Take my picture. I'm a winner. I'ma eat you for dinner. Okay.
You want to go to?
I just want to say, I love you. We need to take out Vladimir Putin, like Lindsey Graham said. Thank you, Mayor Mullins. I appreciate the time. Peace. God bless you all. Primetime Stein on Instagram. Thank you.
We got you down. We got you down.
The next speaker is Brian Wellington.
Good luck following up that performance, Brian. Wow, what a mic drop. At first I didn't think anyone was gonna clap, but luckily there was one bro out there that was like, yeah, fuck yeah, good work, you know, patting him on the ass as he goes up the stairs. The camera angle didn't do him any justice here because I'm sure just behind those seats in the front, people were moshing to the song. They were probably losing their minds. They were raging, I bet. So no doubt this was a successful concert for him. And what an incredibly goofy city council moment. City council meetings always have some of the most interesting people go to them, and this guy is definitely towards the top of that list now, I would say. Even shouts out his own Instagram, and I mean, what more could you want, honestly? What a crazy day. That's about it. So yeah. I have become a huge fan of watching school board meetings now. I treat it like a sport. But I'm not really cheering for anyone, I'm just there to appreciate the players going out there and giving it their best. I love watching this shit. With everything going on with masks and vaccines, school board meetings have become absolutely like a modern gladiatorial arena. It's extremely entertaining. And today I want to share the most recent one with you. This actually happened in my own backyard, the state of Florida. It's everything you'd expect from the state of Florida, just not with any bath salts at this, unfortunately. They said, hey, no drugs. So, unfortunately, we didn't get to see them playing at their optimal efficiency in their normal habitat. They were here sober, to the best of my knowledge, which I think is a bit of a shame. They should definitely change the rules at these school board meetings to allow for performance enhancers like meth, especially in Florida where it's just so common. But anyway, I'm going to show you some of the clips of the people going up there to talk, but I do want to say there was a fist fight there. And I can't show you the video because, unfortunately, I think YouTube would take it down. So I'm just going to do my best to paint a picture with words for you. Imagine your old librarian from middle school. You know, she's a bit of an old battle axe, right? You know, a little slippery scallywag. She's not very nice, and she's a bit of a wino. She hits the wine pretty hard, and she's squaring off against your own mother. Like, your actual mom is there. And I want you to imagine them locked into a bout of Mortal Kombat, but as if they were both drunk zombies. So nothing's really landing. And then eventually one of them gets like a titty push in. She goes for like a one-handed titty shove. So she shoves her titty back. And then it gets broken up by a police officer. There were some fists flying, but nothing connecting. They were throwing out some wet noodles. But it's like both of them needed glasses and decided not to wear them that day. So they were just like punching air. You know, it wasn't really even close to the target. It's like they were trying to punch ghosts around their target, or like fighting their spirit. So none of the punches landed except for the booby thrust, and then it gets broken up. But there was one person that really stood out to me in the fight. She wasn't directly participating, but it's this woman right here, wearing a full American flag dress. So we had a real patriot in attendance that day. Fucking female Duke Nukem over here just loves America, and she's there just trying to show her support for helping kids get sick. I am sorry the quality's a little low on that screenshot. It looks like a picture of Sasquatch. I'm sorry about that. That's the best quality I could find of her attire. But anyway, let me get into showing you the actual school board meeting clips.
I'm going to tell you that your time is up. The people of the state and this district are rising up, and you have awakened a sleeping beast.
That's right, baby. The beast is up and angry, ready to tear scalp from skull at the upcoming WrestleMania. I bet when she wrote that, she thought it sounded really cool and intimidating, but all I get is like 1990s Attitude Era WWE promotionals in my head.
Beast.
Maybe the reason why we have people in the hospitals all this mask wearing. Did we ever think of that? Did we ever think of that?
Oh, wow. Now, there is a thinker. Oh man, yeah, I don't know if we ever stopped to consider that. Maybe it is the masks that are making everyone sick. Wow, she's really blowing the case wide open. She has like the actual thought processes of a child. You know, is she then going to start lobbying that we remove cracks from pavement because if you step on a crack, you break your mama's back?
Putting a mask on those children is robbing them of their education. You are robbing these kids of their developmental rights in terms of education. Are you educators? Don't you know that?
She is making a good point. Everyone knows that your brain turns off when your mouth is covered. Every time you go to eat something and your mouth gets full, like you just go fucking full brain dead for a split second. Everyone knows that. So she's at least making sense here. You simply cannot learn while wearing a mask, obviously. I mean, how are you expected to do mathematics if there's a mask over your face, right? Like it's simple, it's elementary, really. I wonder if anyone ever told this lady that doctors and surgeons typically wear a mask when performing important operations. But that's probably a lie. I mean, the government probably made that up. I mean, you usually go under when you have like really important surgery. So you're asleep. They're probably not wearing a mask and you're just being lied to. Since you haven't seen it with your own eyes, they're probably not actually wearing a mask, and if they were, they'd be drooling over themselves because their brain would be off. Like, you can't do anything when you have a mask on, obviously, as she's saying. So yeah, no, that's probably a lie. They're probably, when they're doing surgery, they're probably wearing like a leather jacket with like a cigar in their mouth or something, so that way they can really focus. Mrs. Claus here really is on to something. Like, you just can't learn if you're wearing a mask, and that's a really good argument, I think. Like, there's a lot of merit to that statement, if you're the dumbest fucking person on earth.
I want to talk about the real pandemic, child sex trafficking. By putting masks on these kids' face, you can't identify any of them.
What? Excuse me? Buddy, it's a school board meeting. For a second there, I thought he was going to start, like, complaining as, like a child sex trafficker himself. You know, it's like, I can never tell what their age is anymore, god damn it, and it's making my profession as a human trafficker much more difficult, god damn it, so this needs to go.
They don't care about your children. As a matter of fact, they hate them. They hate your kids. They hate my kids. They hate your kids. They hate my kids. Get it?
Yeah, fucking busting out some stinky rhymes there for a second. She was about to go into a full-blown freestyle for him. I'm pretty sure everyone that showed up here to demand that masks be ripped off of kids' faces are the ones that actually hate their own kids. I don't think they even view them as their own children. I think they just view them as like political tools or something to enforce their own beliefs and agenda. So I think they're really kind of the ones that hate the kids. But that goes against the song she was about to bust out there, the little nursery rhyme she was working up. But like, there's just, I'm sure even like a 9-year-old can recognize like there's nothing to be lost by having a mask over your face. It's not like it's harmful. It's not like ruining your life. So what's the point? Even if you don't think it works, it's no different than just having a dress code at school. Like, if you go to a school and they say, hey, you can't have assless chaps, it's not like you're going to make a big hoopla about that. Like, no, I should be able to have my asshole exposed to the world, right? Like, it doesn't matter. If it's just part of the dress code, who cares, right? But to these people, it's more than just that. This is the only thing they have now. This is their whole personality, is just being against the mask and the vaccine. It's a stupid hill to literally die on. We've already seen, what, like 10 different radio hosts that kept preaching no mask, no vaccine, just literally die from it, and then talk about how much they regretted it. So, I mean, it's a cycle that seems to want to continue. And I feel bad for the kids because it's their parents that are trying to hurt them just because they have a stupid belief. They are literally going to Gangnam Style on the corpse of their own kid for it. And I don't think they're gonna care either. But I just wanted to say that because I think she's really the one that hates her own kids, and she's just kind of projecting that on the school board that she's whining and complaining to.
99.9 live through this flu, especially the kids, and the data proves that too. Science and laws shouldn't be changing so fast. Has Nuremberg taught us nothing of medical tyranny in the past?
This guy's face really says it all. She brought up Nuremberg. Good lord. Like, some of these people are just too far gone, to be honest. Like, there's just nothing you can do. They just desperately need something to cling to that they feel makes them unique, or makes them feel smart, and this is what they've chosen. And I don't think many of these families ever really admit when they're wrong. I do remember not long ago, there was a family who 2 different members of the family died, and they ran 2 GoFundMe campaigns and still kept saying no mask, no vaccine, even in their own fucking GoFundMe campaigns, as they were lobbying for money for funeral services for the 2 members that died from it. So it's just one of those things, man. I don't know what you do about it except just sit back and laugh at them anymore. Like, there's just nothing you can do. They refuse to believe, like, the most basic understanding of anything, and it sucks, but it's a pretty fucking lit school board meeting, right? Like, the content from the school board meeting's pretty fucking A tier. Of course, I feel super bad for the kids because they didn't choose to have stupid parents. It's just really unlucky. And yeah, I just wanted to share some more cool school board meetings with all of you, and that's about it. So yeah. It's time we buckle our seatbelts and brace for a hard car crash of more City Hall Council meeting bullshit. This one's quite a doozy.
I know every one of you on this board, if we took a hand vote.
Here's our protagonist for today's episode. He looks like your quintessential angry English professor, but not overly aggressive, just kind of passive-aggressive, like, well, Frank, I don't know who, but it looks like someone's a fucking idiot in this classroom. I also like the woman in the background who keeps pointing at him like he's a superstar celebrity and she's directing the paparazzi at him.
If I asked you how many of you are against the sexual exploitation of women and children, every one of you would raise your hand, as well as I hope everybody in our audience, including Sarita.
Fuck yeah, man, Dark. I'd raise my hand if I was there too. Don't know who Swarita is. It sounds like an Xbox Live gamer tag, but I'm sure they're on your side as well, Chief.
Who just spoke. If I asked you how many of you are against gang involvement, every one of you would raise your hands. And I hope everybody in this audience as well.
That's another big fuck yeah from me. You're making me real hard with all this.
If those gangs also included the Crips, you would agree with me.
Whoa, now, I don't know exactly why he's throwing the Crips under the bus. I don't know why he decides to single them out. I guess he must be a blood member. Yeah, fuck gangs, everyone. And more specifically, fuck Crips. Who's with me? Yeah, let's have a group hug in my shower tonight.
And yet this man that you have invited to this community has these vile messages. I sent you a letter today, and I am very, very angry. Sarita, I want you to hear his quote. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on these nuts and suck the dick. That's Snoop Dogg.
Again, I don't really know why he's singling something out here. For some reason now he's calling Swarita out on this. I guess this is his version of a live diss track. Swarita, you slutty bitch, close your legs and open your ears. I got some words for you. A little slam poem to express what I think of you. But I fucking respect the shit out of his delivery of those inspired lyrics. He nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. The only thing he's missing is a background beat to really get the crowd moving and grooving, bumping and grinding. I half imagine the only reason he's here in front of City Hall is to perform for them, to try and promote his DJing business.
What's the translation? Women are bitches and good for nothing except as prostitutes and only good for tricks and paid for sex.
Sir,
You're gonna.
we are not going to allow that.
Oh, but we'll allow Snoop Dogg to be in our community. Hey, look at that. He's going to proclaim to the community with huge speakers this very same message.
I appreciate that he was able to break it down and really explain what the lyrics meant, because it was really hard to decipher them on the surface level. There was a lot of hidden meaning within the lyrics, and he was able to give us just the Spark Notes version of what it actually means. So I appreciate the synopsis, but I do have to agree with him being cut off. He was just going a bit too hard in the paint here. But I love how he turns around and starts making grand gestures to the crowd like, hey, yeah, this is who's coming, get hype. I honestly think this might just be Snoop Dogg's hype man to generate more interest in the upcoming concert.
How about this one? I'm about to show you how my...
Sir, if you can continue to... Can you block them?
Excuse me. You need to... Sir.
That is the face of a man who just spit some fucking fire and he's satisfied with himself. I really wish they didn't cut the mic feed. I would have loved to hear what song he went to, especially because they cut it right at the good part, right to the climax. Just moments before they deployed that EMP, he says, I'm gonna show you how my... And then they cut him off. I'm 100% sure it's probably penis feels or something like that, but that doesn't sound like a Snoop Dogg lyric. I don't know what song he was going for. In my head, the fan fiction that I'm running in my head here, my fantasy, is he turned around and he started just doing the drop it like it's hot intro to the crowd. Just hit him with one of these bad boys. That one right there. And he just fucking goes into a hard-ass freestyle, just nailing the bars. That would have been amazing. I don't think he did that, though, but for some reason he was reading the lyrics off of his paper like he was delivering some type of powerful sermon.
I ain't give a fuck about the law. That's Snoop Dogg. He said, I don't give a fuck. I'm Snoop Doggy Dogg. They keep fucking and it went too far. So Snoopy went straight to his gun. Run.
Sir, your time is up. If you can step away from the mic.
You can kill his mic, but you can't kill his motherfucking flow. My lord, this man is an unstoppable MC. He really starts to get in the groove right there. He just gets into his fucking zone. He just gets into that danger zone right there. He starts grooving and rapping the lyrics. He probably went into this council meeting angry and outraged, didn't want Snoop Dogg there, but the second he started rapping those lyrics, he fell in love. And I guarantee he purchased backstage passes to the Snoop Dogg concert. The only thing this City Hall meeting was missing was a hard mic drop once he finished that verse, and then on his way out, he went ahead and lit up a joint. And while he's taking a hard hit of that doobie, he lifts up his mask, his face mask, like some Mission Impossible shit, but instead of Ethan Hunt under that old man mask, it was Snoop Dogg himself, and he promotes the concert again. Fuck yeah. I love City Hall meetings like this. I love the fucking council meetings. Good shit. So yeah. When you hear the term risk taker or daredevil, you typically think of someone skydiving, base jumping, free climbing a huge fucking mountain, stating their opinion on Twitter, These are typically what people think of, but for me, I think of stand-up comedians. I think there's no bigger risk than risking the eternal embarrassment and sleepless nights going through a bombed set of stand-up comedy. I feel like when you go up on stage as a stand-up comedian and your shit is not landing, you go up there, hey, what's the deal with penis, huh? And dead silence, there's nothing quite as heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, or devastating. Like, just imagine how horrible that must be. Volunteering to go up on stage to try and make people laugh, but nobody's fucking laughing, and God forbid someone's heckling, maybe someone even says boo. Oh, boo would just ring in your ears for life. It'd be like tinnitus, but if it was constantly insulting you and reminding you of the worst moment in your fucking life, make you want to cut your ear off like Ludwig von Beethoven. So I think stand-up comedians are big risk takers, and today I want to show you a man that laid it all on the line to deliver stand-up comedy at the worst possible place for it, a city council meeting.
Hey, I'm Uriah. It was really awkward doing the Pledge of Allegiance because I'm Canadian, so I kind of went with it. I did vote in the last election, even though I'm Canadian. I'm like, let's see what happens. If a Russian can vote, why can't I, right?
Introducing our anime protagonist here, this is Uriah. He posted this video himself, so there's definitely a level of self-awareness here, though I can't imagine this is how he wanted the set to go, just getting fucking ass blasted by silence. Like, I swear to God, this video is more quiet than the time Squidward went to that place to be all alone in SpongeBob. It's rough. His first joke kind of resonates with the crowd. You heard a few giggles, a couple chuckles, maybe even a little knee slap somewhere in the back. But from there, it's all downhill.
Being from Canada, I'm not used to the sun, So it's just sitting there, on the bench, sweating like a Republican applying for food stamps.
The way that he's looking around the room, scanning everyone's face, trying to find even the faintest smile at his jokes is actually heartbreaking. It is absolutely pulling on my heartstrings. It's like when a kid and his mom gets separated at a grocery store, so the kid starts panicking and he's like frantically looking for his mom through the aisles, just looking for this glimmer of hope, like, where is she? Like, it's actually sad. It looks like the fucking John Travolta meme where he like looks around and confused, like, why is no one laughing? It's a bad location for it, but I at least admire the fucking fat nutsack on this guy to come here and try. Obviously, I think the intention here was to have a viral video, or at least a headline saying something like, City Council meeting in Santa Barbara gets pushed off the rails as the members erupt into fits of laughter when the goofy Uriah comes in with a side-splitting comedy routine. These City Council members were expecting to tackle heavy subject matter today, such as picking up your dog's shit on the sidewalk, when all of a sudden, Uriah hit him with a stand-up routine. I imagine that's probably what he envisioned here, but unfortunately we don't live in that multiverse where that actually happened. Instead, we live in this fucking cursed universe where Uriah went in there and it fell flat on its fucking ass.
I never have issues parking. I don't know. I feel weird. I can always park. I went down to Las Vegas to be part of the, the Blue Man Group. And then my car broke down. They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. In this case, it was my car in my dreams. Because, see, I had AAA, but, I'm from Canada, right? So I had the Canadian version. It's when 3 Canadians get out and fight over who's going to help you. AAA.
He's starting to find his zone a little bit. He's hitting joke after joke. A full combination blow here of comedy. But no one really seems to appreciate it there, except for the guy behind him who's got a smile on his face. Though it's hard to know if he's smiling at the jokes or the very uncomfortable situation that is spawning in the room. It's hard not to admire the confidence it took to do this, but if you're gonna step into the Thunderdome here, you gotta have some fire material so you don't end up with a situation like this. Hit him with the old city council, more like titty council, honk honk. That gets him every time. That puts some smile on those faces, I'll tell you what. And you get him with like a classic. What did my butthole say when I put a finger in it? Nothing. It couldn't talk. It's a butthole, idiots. Stupid face. Yeah, that would slay at the city council, I bet. So, that'd be my advice to any future city council comedians. Just make sure your material is top notch. Like, these aren't robots. They're soulless, sure, but there's still some human emotion somewhere deep in there. And I'm sure if you just tickle the right spot on them, they'd laugh. You just gotta make sure the material's good enough.
I've never had more respect for city council than what you guys probably are feeling right now with me talking. I am American. I didn't commit voter fraud. That was a joke. Just to clear things up with the gentleman in the back, the police officer.
I'm glad we set the record straight there. It would have actually been pretty top-tier comedy if he actually did get carried away in handcuffs because they thought he did commit voter fraud. That would have been pretty wild and wacky. I don't know what's going on with the guy behind him that's not smiling. He looks very curious. He looks like an undercover police officer in a sting operation. I don't know why throughout this entire video he's been like analyzing Uriah so thoroughly, hanging on every word. I'm just saying his attentiveness is concerning.
I work in the funk zone, and I hate it. Everyone asks me, is this the funk zone? Yes. Jeez. Have any of you guys rode the Greyhound before? The Greyhound is the Cards Against Humanity of travel. You just never know if you're going to get stabbed. Am I right? Ah.
I've never rode the Greyhound, so I don't know.
I'm wasting my time thinking. People don't think anymore. I'm like a live Twitter feed at this point. You know what I mean? I was watching. No, I wasn't.
Mr. Westman, thank you
That's
so
my
much.
time. Hey.
No, that's it. Thank you.
All in all, it definitely could have been worse. He could have been arrested. Meteor could have hit the city council. I mean, there's definitely worse things that I could imagine happening there. But this was pretty bad. That's definitely in like the top 5 of the all-time worst things that could happen, shy of like an apocalyptic event localized entirely to that city council headquarters. It was rough. It definitely was rough, but I will say he at least ended on a banger with the I was watching, no I wasn't. For a moment there, he was going to go for something else and said, it's just not fucking worth it. You know, let's just pump the brakes right now. I'm not even going to bother. So I don't know what the fuck he was watching or wasn't watching, but he left it on a cliffhanger. And that's how you do it right there. Pretty good, all things considered, I'd say. That's about it. See ya. Watch Court Cam. Is there new Court Cam that I've missed? Let's see. I'll just go through here, I think. This might be easier. Man tries playing mind tricks with the judge. Ah, so he encountered a Jedi. Is that Nicolas Cage?
Hall is here for driving under the influence and driving with a suspended license.
He looks like the kind of guy.
Sir, I haven't said for the court how I'm appearing today, sir.
I'm not asking you yet.
What does that mean?
Moment, all right?
I can see how you're appearing. Like a meth addict.
Sir, today I'm appearing as the agent and settler for David Hall.
Oh, he's cosplaying.
Okay.
My name sounds exactly like the defendant's, and I'm here to settle that matter today.
Oh!
So are you and David Hall one
Interesting.
I'm not a person, I'm an individual. David Hall is a person, I am a private individual.
Hall's legalese
Interesting.
is unconventional, to say the least. But the judge
He's got us backed into a corner.
Man, individual. And I don't think you understand the difference between a person and an individual.
Could you appear as a 19-year-old boy, perhaps, if I asked you to?
Correct.
Just starts transforming his face like a polyjuice potion.
And even the person's bond today, $10,000.
Damn.
Because the settler,
Slap the whole family.
And the person continues to drive without a driver's license.
Quick, substitute in somebody else.
$10,000.
This time you're
Because
Martha
this charge
Cranberry.
is a violation of his original bond. All versions of David Hall must remain in jail unless he can come up with the cash.
Well,
is there any other?
Are you asking me as the settler, the agent?
Hey, he's getting fucking blasted. Judge is bending him over and biting his fucking asshole off.
Okay, I am not the person, David Hall. Tell him he's not leaving jail either, all right? Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Down the middle.
You have to be a really, really insufferably fucking dumb asshole to think sovereign citizen is a real thing. Just as a heads up. Thanks to the resub chills. It never works because it's not a real thing. If you say you're a sovereign citizen, you just get laughed at. Let's see what the most dramatic moments are. He's even got merch made. That was pretty cool.
Please be seated.
Accused of killing 2 teens in 1993 when he was just 16.
Holy shit.
At that time, which became a key piece of evidence for the prosecution.
The court has received.
So did he actually kill them or what?
Indicating that they've reached a verdict.
Villegas has been on trial 3 separate times for this crime and has maintained his innocence throughout. After spending 18 years in prison, that verdict was thrown out in 2013.
Holy shit.
Because of ineffective assistance of counsel. He has remained out on bond as he awaited a 3rd trial. During that time, he fathered 2 children.
What the
Though the
fuck?
prosecution continued to insist on his guilt.
Verdict Form B. We, the jury, find the defendant Daniel Villegas not guilty of.
Hey! Oh, okay, so that had a happy ending, assuming he didn't actually murder anyone. If he did, then that's not good. We'll need to, have a hard think on that if that happens to be the case.
16 years old.
Good luck, kids.
He fucking did it! It only took 18 years of his life.
Madison's been convicted on 3 counts of aggravated
Jesus
murder for
Christ.
the killing and mutilation of 3 young women in Ohio. As part of the hearing,
I thought these were gonna be goofy. These are fucking heavy. Jesus Lord.
Right now, I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forgive this clown.
No, I hate that perspective. You don't forgive people like that. It's not empowering. It's not just demonstrating strength to forgive a murderer. It's ridiculous. Oh, fuck. That was a great jump. His airtime was nuts. He fucking took off.
Van Terry is released without charges. A short time
Thank
later,
God.
County Judge Nancy Michael Madison is sentenced to death and will now live on Ohio's death row. We start things off at the
I am so glad that guy
County
didn't get
Family
charged.
Court in Kentucky.
I am so fucking glad.
Domestic violence order
I
filed
hate
by
when,
a
like, you
husband
lash out at
against his
someone like
ex-wife.
that and you get charged for it. It's fucked up.
I haven't done anything to this court.
Is she gonna lunge at him too? Fucking take off.
For contempt of court. You will serve 10 days for contempt of court. You go now.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Make it 11 days.
In a legal process.
She handled that really well.
Jail time.
Damn, people really, like, lunge.
No, I'm not. I'm not under oath. All right, raise your right hand. I'm going to swear you in.
Ooh! Blasted, get pranked. Oh, we've seen this. I recognize this guy now.
You threatened my life the other day.
I remember this. We did see this one.
I am not under oath. This is being done unconstitutionally.
I don't remember what he does.
My kids unrightfully. So that being said,
He's driving a hard case.
no, do you want to be here or not?
The judge is handling this very well.
Wants to sit here while you take their kids. This is a conflict of interest. Can I get some water, please?
Do you want to suck his dick for the water?
No, I need you to answer.
He's so
Head
patient.
to the Cook has accepted a plea deal that will drop a conspiracy charge, which carried a maximum penalty of life in prison. But counts
What?
of carjacking, attempted carjacking with a deadly weapon, and felony battery are still in play.
Damn, that's huge. I didn't know conspiracy was that seriously taken.
There was an orchestrated ambush, and you are a main part of that. And for that,
Oof.
I'm going to go ahead and adjudicate you guilty of all 3 charges.
Oh!
Sentence you to 20 years in state prison.
Damn! I mean, it is really avoidable. Don't set up an ambush. Like, it's super easy to avoid.
More severe than they expected.
Exit Prime Bomb.
It turns out that Cook and her mother's reactions were so intense because they believed the plea deal meant no prison time.
That's how they get you.
Judge Foxman
That's
allows her
that's
to enter
plea
a
deals in a
plea
nutshell.
deal. Cook's sentence is reduced to 11 years in prison.
Ah. Okay, so only over half of her entire life so far.
Where public defender Andrew Weinstock and his client are
To be fair, sounds like she deserved it though.
you hear.
Match with someone on Tinder, set up a robbery. That's fucked up.
I'm not waving.
That's not like a mistake you make. That is you being a psychopath.
I don't need your help.
Wow.
You know what? I'm the public defender. I have a right to be here, and I have a right to stand and represent my clients.
Damn.
If you want to fight, let's go out back and I'll just beat your ass.
Oh,
They both
it is.
head to the hallway
What?
behind the courtroom, just out of the view of the court's cameras. Believe it or not, they get into a physical
Holy shit!
until Judge Murphy returns to the courtroom alone.
That is about the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen.
I will catch my breath.
So you're fucking, who's this, Judge Murphy? You're telling me the public defender got to square off against the judge in a legally orchestrated pugilistic fisticuff showdown at whatever this is, a Judge Judy dispute here or whatever, and the judge actually beat his ass and the cops didn't intervene at any point? That's incredible. That's fucking incredible. Judge Murphy, I want to see this guy. Is he jacked? Florida, oh, that sounds about right. Florida Judge Murphy. Come on. Oh, come on! Who is this mystery man? What the fuck? No! They removed him? Total lack of self-control. Come on! This is exactly how it should be. You got beef? Let's fucking settle it. That's great. I just want to see him, man. I'm not his fucking attorney. I just want to see what the guy looks like. Will he pop up in images? No way. This is what he looks like? This guy threw hands? He wasn't dealing with like a pushover. Like, this is a big boy. God damn. All right. Hey, hats off to him. Trial by combat. He's got that old man strength.
I would like to get it done as fast as possible.
Good answer.
Doesn't help me.
Now, if you can beat the judge in the fight, we'll reduce it even
By the
further.
Florida Judicial Qualifications Commission, who charged Judge John Murphy with threatening to commit violence.
It wasn't a
against an
threat. It sounds
assistant
like he
public
followed
defender.
through.
Engaging in a physical
there
altercation
it
with
is.
counsel, the case eventually reaches the Florida Supreme Court, which orders the immediate suspension
Man,
and permanent removal
fuck that.
of Judge Murphy from his post.
Thanks to Resub Humongous. If you can beat my goddamn lawyer in a fight, he wasn't a good lawyer in the first place.
Washington. In the
You beat my
courtroom,
lawyer,
Judge
you
R.W.
beat me.
Buzzard,
That's fine.
who's just finished some business.
I have just got to give an update to the wackiest trial that's ever been broadcast. It finally concluded. And goodness gracious, geez Louise, I tell ya, what an adventure. Since the invention of video technology, we've been building up to a moment like this. This is why video exists. To capture this public trial, Gwyneth Paltrow versus Terry Sanderson. It's a legal battle where Terry Sanderson insists that Gwyneth Paltrow hit him on a skiing slope 7 years ago and it left him, you know, debilitatingly injured, like a brain injury, turned him into a shut-in, this and that, and he was looking for $3 million in damages, which got thrown out pretty quickly. They wiped their ass with that whole case, saying that, you know, this wasn't a hit and run, but then he came back for round 2 looking for the sloppy seconds and came after her again, this time for $300,000 in damages, and this time it made it all the way to court, and thank God for that because we got to watch it live. In response, Gwyneth Paltrow was countersuing for $1. A single dollar. Like Mr. Krabs with me millionth dollar. She was coming after him for a single buck. One clam. Though I do think he'd also be responsible for covering her attorney fees. So realistically, it's more than $1, but the damages she was pursuing was one single dollar. The verdict is in. I don't want to spoil anything from this anime, but I would like to show you a couple Terry Sanderson best of moments real quick, just to give you like a brief appetizer to wet your whistle on just how crazy this trial was.
Do you recall saying that you agreed that saying I'm famous was a crazy thing to say? Agree?
Absolutely, it's not me. I don't buy into that.
But it was you, right? Just to be clear. When you say it wasn't me, it was in fact you.
It's the other personality that's inhabiting my body right now.
And you blame Gwyneth Paltrow for that?
Yes. No question.
This case now turned into a demonic possession type deal going on right now. Terry's got spirits inside of his body that sometimes take control of it, I guess. Because it wasn't him that sent that email about, you know, I'm famous. It was a different personality living with inside Terry right there, working him like a fucking puppet, I guess. Terry does deliver some very important entertainment to the trial. However, the real stars of the show are undoubtedly the lawyers for Paltrow and for Terry. I'm convinced that this had to be some kind of social experiment conducted by the Impractical Jokers, and they were using actors for these lawyer roles because, Jesus Christ, I really felt like they were just feeding them these questions. The lawyer for Terry, she was pretty much a huge Gwyneth Paltrow fan and was just asking softball questions and conversation starters, literal small talk that you'd see from like Ask Reddit advice on how to talk to like your celebrity crush. And then the lawyer for Gwyneth Paltrow, that man you saw at the end of the clip, that guy I'm pretty sure didn't even know where he was half the time. It was a complete circus. But I want to focus mainly just on Terry, and you'll see why in a little bit.
This is obviously an issue that someone needs to be accountable for. And if they're never accountable, what are they going to do? They're going to do it again. Now we have the molesting of young children on an island.
Your Honor,
Denial.
This is ridiculous testimony. He's talking about...
Sustained as to relevance, the last part, the jury should disregard.
This is really Terry's most iconic moment here, referencing Epstein's Island and putting himself as like the hero that could stop all of this if he only wins the lawsuit against Gwyneth Paltrow, basically. He hypes himself up like the fucking Batman who's standing up to her to put a kibosh on her hitting people on the slopes, as well as like, you know, not letting it spiral out of control where kids start getting molested on an island. Now, like I said, I would wager a guess Gwyneth Paltrow has probably flown on Epstein's airline. Half of Hollywood has. Bunch of fucking evil weirdos out there. But it also has no relevance to the case at all in a fucking skiing accident and figuring out who was at fault. Now, I mentioned at the beginning Terry was claiming he suffered huge injuries from this thing. Traumatic injuries, you know, debilitating stuff that, you know, made him a shut-in because he was afraid to go outside now after experiencing such pain. Well, that got called into question in a big way. I'll just give you a little montage of all of the pictures that Terry took over the last few years since the incident of him traveling the world and doing pretty intense things like fucking parasailing. So they start poking holes in that claim of, you were so injured that it turned you into a shut-in, yet literally, you know, not even a full year later, you're already back skiing, you're parasailing, you're riding mopeds, you're going fucking hog wild.
After the collision... up in the ski resorts, or what is this?
Yeah, about a year later. I think I was just walking up in the hills above my house.
Okay, page 63. Is this you skiing after the collision? Is this you on a camel?
It is.
What country?
It's Morocco, because the Kia had Morocco heritage.
Let's go to 84. Is that you in front of something cool?
Yes, one of millions of temples in Thailand.
Is that you?
It is, yes.
Poster boy for fitness at age 75. Would you agree? Driving range, right?
Yes.
80. Is this you? Are you in this river cruise, river boat?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Page 81. Did someone you were with or you go parasailing?
This was in Switzerland.
It seems Terry has traveled more than Jackie Chan did in Around the World in 80 Days. Terry has been everywhere and done everything, fucking parasailing. You know, all of that's super cool, but you have to keep in mind, this was post, you know, Armageddon here, where he claimed that ski accident with Gwyneth Paltrow was debilitating, changed his whole life, turned him into a shut-in, left him with permanent injuries, and yet he was still super active doing like physically demanding things, like going skiing again not long after the collision, fucking parasailing. That's a little interesting. So they kind of grilled Terry, and I want to make it clear, it's not like Gwyneth Paltrow did an amazing job either. It's not like her team was like fucking crack shot ace detectives, and it's not like she looked like some kind of genius saint up there or anything. But surprisingly, she looked sane in comparison to the rest of the circus around her, which is crazy because she fucking founded Goop, which is literally one of the stupidest goddamn things on the planet. I will still never get over her, this smells like my vagina candle scam. Very fraudulent, bad business practice there because that smelled nothing like pussy. And certainly not hers. Absolutely not. But again, she wasn't amazing, but compared to the rest, she did enough. I'll go ahead and show you the verdict now.
Paltrow at fault? No. Was Gwyneth Paltrow's fault a cause of Terry Sanderson's harm? Oh, skip that.
There's just no response there.
Okay. Was Terry Sanderson at fault? Yes. Was Terry Sanderson's fault a cause Gwyneth Paltrow's did Terry Sanderson's fault cause Gwyneth Paltrow's harm? Yes. Comparative fault. What percent of the fault do you assign to Terry Sanderson? 100%. Damages. What amount fairly compensates Gwyneth Paltrow for economic damages? $1. Signed March 30th, 2023.
I love how if you listen closely, you can hear a subtle whisper when she says awarded like $1 in damages. Someone goes, nice. Which is fucking cute, I guess. Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow won the case. Shocker. If you watch this unfold, I think you knew this was coming. This was one hell of a trial. Like, wowee. What a ball game. Now, don't be upset, Terry Sanderson fans. After the trial concluded, he was interviewed outside, and he was in very high spirits. He was even asked about a reality TV show, if he'd be open to something like that. Which, of course, you know, being the humble, not narcissistic gentleman that he is, he said, oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think I'll do a reality TV show. No way. Get out of town. But I'm not too sure. We might see more of Terry Sanderson in the limelight after this whole debacle here. But anyway, I just wanted to give a little update to all of this because this was so silly. This was so fucking silly. And yeah, that's really about it. So yeah.